Yo, what up, what up? Dan Crank, Brooklyn. So it's been a minute since I put out a video, especially a training video of me. My training's changed a lot over the years, not only because of my age and all the injuries that I have, but basically because of the responsibilities I have as a parent and as a gym owner. There's a lot of things that goes on behind the scenes in order to keep a facility running. So time is like crucial to me. As far as like what it is I do during my workouts, everything is kind of planned out and methodical, so that way I'm not wasting any time. I'm getting the benefits and kind of like the progress that I need at this moment as far as my life is concerned. An athlete has different goals and different needs as far as like what they need to get out of their body and what they need to get out of their workouts, as opposed to like a dad that works 12 hours a day. So this is my training log. I'll try to give you a play-by-play on everything it is that I do. I try to keep it short so that way you guys could digest it. So let me know what you think. Peace. Yo, what's up, guys? So I'm starting out with some foam rolling here, just rolling out the key areas that are specifically tight on me for the muscles that I'm going to use for this workout. The idea behind foam rolling is to promote blood flow and something called neurodistraction. Neurodistraction only lasts from 3 to 6 minutes. So as soon as I'm done rolling out these key areas, the idea is to get right into my dynamic warm-up. So this dynamic warm-up, I'm starting out with some hand walks, going right into the scorpion. Hand walks help the scapula stabilize. The scorpions help loosen up the upper back. The prone cobra helps get some blood flow in my lower back. As you guys know, I do have a couple of disc injuries, hitting the striders to open up those hips. Going right into the squat to stand to make sure I'm able to get into position and loosen up the hamstrings. Alright, so from the dynamic warm-up, I'm going right into my movement prep. My movement prep is pretty non-specific because it's what I need at this moment. Starting out with the single leg movement to wake up the muscles independently. Then I'm going to go right into a box jump. This is a contrast style warm-up where I'm doing a slow movement, supersetting it with an explosive movement to ignite the nervous system and wake up the muscles that are going to be used for the main movement of this workout. FYI, I do not recommend wearing your lifting shoes while doing box jumps. They're great for being stable while squatting, but not that good for ending off a box. Alright, last exercise in my movement prep. The idea behind this is to wake up the glutes, wake up the core, and finally get into squat position with weight. Alright, so now we move into the squat. The idea behind my squat movements now is to hone in on technique and make sure the reps look as pristine as possible. So any faulty movement patterns under a major compound lift like this done repeated times will eventually degrade a joint. Now between each set of squats, I'm definitely hitting some soft tissue work again, making sure the hip flex is loose, and hitting some half kneeling stretches. Yes, there is a slight decrease in power output for doing mobility work in between sets of strength work. However, I feel the benefits outweigh the cost for me at this moment. And from the squat, I'm moving on to the bench. Now, if I'm benching directly after squatting, then my warm-up's different than when I'm benching alone. So this exercise right here is called just scapular depression and retraction. The idea behind it is to teach my upper back to stay tight for the bench press. And here we go with the bench. This is a technical day for bench also, keeping it pretty light as far as like working on bar path, working on positioning, working on staying tight. Nothing special here, just practicing on the bench. Alright, now going into the last part of the workout, hitting some lunges, trying to get that unilateral work in, balance out any asymmetries, work those legs independently as opposed to bilaterally like a squat. I'm supersetting these lunges with some sled drags. I like the sled drags because they take off the eccentric load, which gives the joints a little bit of a break and allows the muscles to still get some quality work in. Alright, the last movement in this workout is a kettlebell swing. The idea behind the kettlebell swing is work the posterior chain, the back side of the body, work capacity, and explosiveness. Alright, last but not least, from the kettlebell swings, I'm going in some hip mobility stuff, hitting some 90-90s, hip prying, half kneeling, just making sure I still have the mobility I need to perform my daily tasks. And now, with all that being said, this is how I currently organize my training sessions. It's not necessarily how I would organize a client's training session. This is what works for me and what's needed for me at this moment. Alright, so I want you guys to ask yourself, why am I using this exercise? How much weight do I need to add to the bar? How many sets and reps do I need? How many sets, reps, and how much weight do I need to progress the following week? Alright, make sure you have a clear, distinct plan. If you need any help, feel free to reach out. I'm always here for you. I'm out. Peace.